The Raptors also made an interesting move at the deadline, and it just shows that President of Basketball Operations Masai Ujiri is just all in on this season. They traded DeMar DeRozan, their most decorated player in franchise history, to the Spurs over the summer for Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard is going to be a free agent this summer. And then on Thursday's deadline, they doubled down again, trading away Jonas Valanciunas, DeLon Wright, and a 2024 second-round pick to the Memphis Grizzlies, who were major sellers at the trade deadline, by the way, for Marc Gasol. We all know that the Grizzlies, for the first time, made Gasol and Conley available in trade talks this year, and the Raptors pounced on that opportunity. And Marc Gasol's numbers, metrics-wise and basic statistics-wise, looks the same, but whenever I watched the Grizzlies this year, Marc Gasol has looked noticeably slower, looking cooked, so to speak, not the same player. He's still smart, he's still a good passer, and he can stretch the floor, although he is shooting 34% from three this year, which is not particularly towards league average, but for a big man, that's a respectable range that'll stretch the defense out. But it's going to be interesting to see how Marc Gasol is used on the Raptors, because the Raptors have had success with Serge Ibaka at the center position and just being able to be switchy, switch everything, have length at all times. And Serge Ibaka has revitalized his career playing at the 5. It'll just be interesting to see if Marc Gasol will start or come off the bench. If I were actually the Raptors, I would actually put Marc Gasol on the bench, because it's been working so far for the Raptors this year. And I'm just not sure if a Marc Gasol-Serge Ibaka pairing would work, because at the 4 last year, Serge Ibaka just could not hang on the perimeter. But it's an interesting wrinkle for the Raptors. Marc Gasol is a great high post passer. Sarit Soy of Yahoo Sports covers the Raptors. She had a great line in one of her articles talking about the Marc Gasol trade, that Marc Gasol lives at Jonas Valanciunas' ceiling, which is just, it's a great line. But basically, Jonas Valanciunas has been growing and developing under the Raptors to hopefully reach that Marc Gasol level. But the Raptors are contending now, and they got the real thing, albeit it's an older 34-year-old version. Marc Gasol right now is still a better player than Valanciunas, although Valanciunas, I think, has been way more effective than people give him credit for. Yeah, in some matchups he might be played off the court, but he's actually a good defender, decent passer, was able to expand his range beyond the paint during his time in Toronto, where he took the occasional 3 this year. But Marc Gasol is the real thing that Raptors fans and the organization hoped Valanciunas would be. So it's an upgrade. I question how they're going to use Marc Gasol in a lot of the lineups, because the Raptors' success has been just being long across 1 through 4, 1 through 5, and having Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry missing games on and off again has kind of stunted their chemistry. And now you're adding Marc Gasol to the mix, and Nick Nurse is going to have 28 plus games to refigure out the chemistry that has already been in flux, because your best players have been in and out of the lineup so much this season. So overall, I think it's an upgrade. The Raptors were my East favorites heading into the season. I still think they're a damn good team. I just don't know how Gasol will fit quite yet, but it's no doubt an upgrade. You can run some stuff through Gasol, take the responsibility a little bit off of Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Kawhi Leonard really isn't a great playmaker anyway. He's a gunner, a great offensive player. Just hasn't shown the playmaking chops. So maybe Marc Gasol will make up in some of that department. Kyle Lowry too. It's going to be more minutes for Fred VanVleet also, because now DeLon Wright is gone, and DeLon Wright was a really good backup guard to come off the bench. But The Raptors are going for it this year. Maybe Marc Gasol will be reinvigorated now that he is on a championship caliber team and their team is going to be in the playoffs. He brings playoff experience. The game inevitably still slows down in the playoffs as much as the pace has been increasing over the last few years. The playoffs still slow the game down, and Marc Gasol has plenty of experience being in a Western Conference Finals and in a bunch of playoff battles versus elite teams. So overall, I think it's a solid pickup for the Raptors. I just wonder how the lineups are going to work out.